Excellent. So welcome everybody, especially to those of us in the north of Europe. I hope you're keeping warm. So let's enjoy 30 minutes quiet time where we can stop our monkey mind and just chill. As you know, I always like to share a quote or a little bit of a reading. And the quote today is, "We may be pale imitation of others, but we're the perfect version of ourselves." And I thought at this time of the year, with everybody's New Year's resolution still fresh in our minds, perhaps not for much longer, because statistically, by next week, apparently 87% of New Year's resolutions will be forgotten. So, and I know you know that, Sue, because you recently did a blog on it. So I thought that quote about being the perfect version of ourselves was actually the perfect reminder that we're imperfectly perfect exactly as we are. And of course, that's what meditation is all about, isn't it? It's about acceptance. No judgment, no criticism, compassion, being kind to ourselves and practicing self-love. And that then resonates out to everybody else. So let's begin as usual by centering ourselves and bringing that awareness back to the body, the heart, the mind, after what has probably been a very busy first working week of the year. So remember to sit comfortably, whether you're in a chair with your feet planted firmly on the ground or you're on a cushion. Lean slightly forward so you're not relying on a backrest, unless, of course, you absolutely need to. And make sure your position is sustainable, especially for your back. You do not want to interrupt your position by fidgeting or having to adjust your position if you can help it. So sitting upright, following the natural curvature of the spine. We don't want to make anything forced or rigid or uncomfortable. Raise the shoulders. This will lift the diaphragm, making it easier to breathe properly. And then tip your head slightly forward so your chin is tucked in, and just allow your mouth and jaw to hang open in a gentle, relaxed smile. And you might want to place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth, which is a very traditional thing to do when you're meditating. Ideally, you'll keep your eyes open, resting a foot or so in front of you. But if you prefer to meditate with your eyes closed, that's fine. Just make sure if you close your eyes, you're not sending a sleepy-based message to your brain. We don't want you nodding off. Place your hands firmly down on your thighs to support your back. Or if you prefer, rest your right hand in the palm of your left hand, which is a traditional meditation mudra. And when you feel you're in a good position to keep straight and balanced for today's sit, and remember, the reason why we go into this kind of detail every week is because adopting the correct position is an important part of the practice. And it helps to differentiate from the times that you sit slumped over your laptop or in front of the TV. We'll begin. So now you've landed comfortably in the body, and the heart and the mind are connected. We'll take a few deep, long breaths in and out. And when you exhale, make them as long and slow as you can to relax the vagus nerve. This will bring down your heart rate and reduce any anxiety. While you're doing that, you can do a quick body scan from head to toe, just checking in. Is there any part of you that is tense? Any part of you that's holding on some tension? And if you find that, just breathe it out. now we're truly present and aware of the breath. We can start our normal Shin practice of 21 breaths. This will help prepare for the stable meditation and just quieten the monkey mind. So 21 normal breaths, whatever normal is for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So focusing on the movement of the breath through the body and counting is still one of the most effective ways to reduce thoughts and pacify our mind. We know breathing is simple. We've involuntarily done it 24/7 forever. However, what we don't always realize is that the breath is one of the few things we can control in a world that often feels out of control. Being able to breathe easily is a gift, and one we shouldn't take for granted. The average healthy adult breathes 12 to 18 breaths every minute. So we're going to focus on the 500 or so breaths that you'll take in the next 25 minutes. So without changing the breath, breathe normally, whatever normal or natural means to you. Count in cycles of 1 to 10. Breathing in, breathing out, 1. Breathing in, breathing out, 2. And as you count, notice the breath moving in through the nostrils, down your throat and into your raised diaphragm, and finally the belly. And then watch as it reverses the journey. You exhale. This awareness of the breath stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, and that's what reduces the amygdala activity, that monkey mind. And it also helps to reduce the activity in the sympathetic nervous system and rebalance your hormone cortisol levels, which makes you calmer, reduces your stress, and relaxes your mind. So all we're doing is noticing what we notice as we breathe, as the breath enters the body, just allowing the body and the breath to be one, creating that embodied experience. Doesn't matter whether you breathe through your nose or your mouth, whether your breath is short or long, just let it be perfectly imperfect, exactly as it is. All we're doing is breathing, noticing, and observing, and watch the breath. Bring all your attention to the breath as you count. And whenever you feel your shoulders start to slump, just gently lift them up. No judgment, no self-criticism. And just bring your total awareness back to the breath. So we can literally notice the breath coming in and leaving the body as if the whole body were breathing. Perfectly normal for our mind to go off at a tangent. Thoughts arise like waves or clouds. They come and they go. And when we notice them, when we realize we've forgotten the counting, we see a thought, just acknowledge it was a thought, no judgment, no engagement, and come back to the cycle, starting again at 1. As we prepare to come out of today's practice, perhaps take a couple of deep breaths, and I invite you to set an intention for the rest of the day. It could be just to periodically notice what you notice and allow the breathing to be your focus. Could be something else that nurtures your self-care and compassion for yourself. When you're ready, perhaps move your fingers and toes, stretch if you like, raise your gaze or open your eyes and gently return back to the room. So we're all imperfectly perfect, just as our meditation is just a meditation. We never say it's a good meditation or a bad meditation. It is what it is, which is weird because sometimes 30 minutes just flies by and other times it can drag, depending on how agitated the mind is. But how was it for you today? What did you notice by going deeper into the body, using the breath to help you connect? What, if anything, would you like to share? Anything you'd like to share?
Very much more relaxed.
Yes.
Much more relaxed. My shoulders much more relaxed. Yeah. They had been up by my ears before.
Oh dear.
You know, it's good. It's all good. Very nice.
Good. I mean, as we said many times, people have the perception that you meditate to enter a blissful state. That's not the point of meditation at all. It's a benefit. It's a byproduct that it does relax you. But we don't meditate to get into a blissed out state, because if we have that expectation and it doesn't happen, then we tend to think it's a bad meditation, it didn't work, or we're bad meditators. And that's just not the case. So it's nice if we're relaxed, but it is not the reason we relax. But it certainly helps, doesn't it, Lois? Bring those shoulders down.
It really did. Thank you. It was nice.
Good. Anything anybody's noticed since we last sat last week? Any questions, any observations they want to share? Okay, well, if we're all in a good, comfortable place, we'll wrap up as usual. And I invite you to repeat the short metaverse, which is in the chat box, as you wish, aloud or silently, or not at all. It's entirely up to you, because as you know, we are never meditating alone. There are millions of meditators right now all around the world sending out love and compassion and metta for everybody. And that's another reason why we meditate, not just for ourselves, but create that ripple effect that we all benefit. So may all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be loved. Namaste.
Namaste.
So thank you for sharing this precious 30 minutes, getting off the hamster wheel with me today. And hopefully, all being well, I'll see you same time, same place next week. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.